Now I'm going to show you how to go through the altered scale and figure out all of your options for soloing. One thing I like to do is to think about how many notes are in the option. So for example, if I say, okay, I want to play one note, two notes, three notes, four notes, so on, up to 7 notes. So if I say one note, I say, okay, I just want to find target notes from the voicings and just play those notes as long tones just to acclimate myself to the harmony. So I'll just play one note. There's your flat 9. Okay. Flat 7. Sharp 5. And now that I've done one note, let's move on to two notes. Then I say, okay, I'm going to find two notes within the chord. So I'll just find two chord tones and I'll try to play them as, just an interval within the scale. Here's an example of two notes, just back to back. Another two. Different rhythms. Then I say I want three notes, okay, like a 3-note structure. I say, okay, triads work great for that. So let's just start with the G augmented triad. We could also use the flat 5 triad. So if we're in G, we could go to the flat 5 and play D flat. We could also choose a half step above and play minor, so A flat minor. Then I have my loop and I try the G augmented, the D flat, A flat minor, then I say 4 notes. Now 4 notes could start off being a triad add 9. So for example, over G7 altered, I could play a D flat triad, but with an add 9. So also 4 notes could be 7th chord arpeggios. So I could use a substitution for G7 altered, go up a third and play major 7 sharp 5. This is a great sub. Sometimes you may choose to play that from the 7th. You could also go up a half step from the G altered and play minor major 7. Or now you can improvise with all of these. Here's the triad add 9. Here's the B major 7 sharp 5. Now here's the A flat minor major. Then you could think 5 notes. 5 notes are usually pentatonics, so let's start with major pentatonic. So if you're playing G7 altered, go up a tritone and play D flat major pentatonic. Or you could play minor pentatonic by going up a minor third and playing B flat minor pentatonic. Here's your D flat major pentatonic. B flat minor. Then you can think 6 notes. I usually think of 6 notes as triad pairs or hexatonics. So you could take D flat and E flat, major triads. You could go, there's D flat, there's E flat, D flat. Or you could think A flat minor and B flat minor. So there's B flat, here's A flat. Here are your triad pairs. Those are your major triads, and I'll try the minor triads. Then after 6 notes, we're into 7 notes. Now obviously that's the scale, so you might want to experiment just improvising around the scale and making melodies. Here's the scale. Once you get into the scale, you can get into what I would call intervallic. So you can think 1 note per string. Okay, you can think 2 notes per string. So you could think something like then you could think combinations of 2 and 1, 2, 1, 2. Or you could think 3, 1, 3. So then you want to work on combining all of the different things by thinking about them and improvising over a backing track. Here's a G-altered backing track, and I'm going to try to practice all the different elements. So I'll think 1 note. So I just try and find one note that sounds nice. And think about what it is, like sharp 9, here's sharp 5, flat 9, and flat 7. Could be any note. 2 notes. Here we go. Any 2 notes. How about these? How about these wider? Now 3 notes. Triads. 4 notes. Triad add 9. Five notes. Six notes. Intervallic.